Okay, and now I can control from here, Chris. Excellent. Okay, thank you so much. I am going to do my best to summarize a year of exciting, tremendous work by all of your dedicated employees in 10 minutes. That's going to be a challenge, but I might go a couple minutes over, but I'll do my best to keep it to 10 minutes. In terms of a few highlights, the beachfront was obviously front and center. We have started construction on Beach Drive. It is progressing well. It is on track. And believe it or not, our amazing construction team was able to keep going through that very extreme winter weather that we have experienced over the last few months, but things are progressing well. With Breakers Phase 1, I think you are all seeing the first building is almost complete on the exterior, finishing up the inside. We had a meeting this morning, a public meeting this morning on the next two buildings. I know the developer is anxious to get going with Building 2 and Building 3. We will also be sharing shortly with Council the design for First Street. We've seen a peek of that over the last week or so. It's beautiful. I am chomping at the bit to share that with the community and with Council, so we're looking forward to sharing that. Our development of Sunray is progressing extremely well. They're in the planning approvals process. I believe they submitted an application to our Director of Planning yesterday. And we look forward to sharing the revised design with Council and the community in April. It has progressed significantly from the drawing that you see on this page. So it's exciting. The hotel has gotten bigger, more rooms. The budget has increased. The quality of architecture has increased. And we're looking forward to their architect walking you all through that design. On the education front, the Catholic K-12 is out for public tender. We understand that tender will close next week, and then we look forward to shovels getting in the ground in early spring. So that's going to be exciting to see that school building coming out of the ground. I will also share with Council that we have had multiple discussions with the county. They are agreeable to allowing the municipality to expand the parking into what was initially allocated for an ambulance station, and we're also working with them on the ambulance station. So that is good news as well. So more parking than was previously there will be in our not too distant future. Public High School has also moved fairly quickly. They are in the planning approvals process as well. So I look forward to the day where we have two high schools coming out of the ground. And that year could be 2026 when we see both of those happening. Provincial relationships, extremely positive. We have bi-weekly meetings with a working group of ministers and deputy ministers that are helping us to advance our municipality in collaboration with them. So I couldn't possibly express how thrilled we are with how things are progressing with the province. But actually maybe I could, and that could be with this slide. So over the past little while, we have attracted well over $155 million in investment from the province. This is unprecedented in our community. We've certainly lobbied hard and made compelling cases to attract all of this money. But I should mention that, to be fair, a lot of this should have happened years ago. So we're playing a bit of catch up here. We should have had a high school a decade ago. But that said, I'm thrilled that we've got the investment and that we're making these big, significant transformational projects happen. And the future looks bright for Wasaga Beach. On the events side, events, as we all know, are a major economic driver for our community. Our business is tourism. Council is aware that we're working on the plans for Destination Wasaga. That plan is really about the hardware, the streets, the parks, the buildings, the attractions, the software, the things that bring a place to life and give it its quality, its character. A lot of that is about events and the other things that you do to program a space. We've been chatting amongst staff, and you really need to be thinking of our beachfront as an outdoor community center. We have indoor community centers where we have managers and staff, and we program. We put on all kinds of programs. That's the kind of love and attention that we need for our beachfront, and I think that's the path we are on. Very thrilled to announce that Memories of Summer has recently been recognized as one of the top 100 events and festivals in Ontario, something that we can be very proud of and that we will look to build upon. Mayor's Rodeo, first opportunity last year to start that event, attracted well over 3,000 attendees. For a first-time event, it was exceptional, and I think we're looking at opportunities to grow that into a really significant fall fair. So tremendous things to build on. Snowman Mania, which happened fairly recently, was the first opportunity that we partnered with Nancy Island. So again, they're looking to become more involved in Wasaga Beach, and we will continue to nurture that relationship. Parkside, we have a 10-year plan for investments. Over the past little while, we've invested in renewals of William Arneill, Oakwood, Woods, Ramblewood, new parks, River Road East, Blueberry Trails, Sunnydale are coming. So there have been significant investments, and there will continue to be significant investments over the next little while in parks, which are so critical to our community. Beautification has become something that's part of our DNA, and we're always looking at opportunities to make improvements. New bylaw, we've created sign bylaw, clean yards bylaw. We've taken a more proactive approach to enforcement, all with the attempts to help beautify our community. We've created boulevard plantings. I know this was near and dear to Councillor Ego's heart, and we're seeing that unfold across our community. New entrance signs. Every project that we undertake, we are looking at through a lens of design, and how do we make this better? Every new street that you're going to see at the beachfront is beautiful. They're accessible, they're shared, et cetera. So we're going to be elevating the design quality of the municipality over the next weeks, months, years, and decades. And the small stuff does matter, because the small stuff adds up to the bigger whole. Even things such as construction hoarding. Look at what we've done over the last couple of years. In partnership with Stonebridge, we've told an amazing story around the Stonebridge Breakers development. Our GM of comms and a whole other, her title's really long, worked really hard to create an amazing story on that beachfront hoarding along Beach Drive. So we're looking for all of those types of opportunities, because design does matter. Customer service is the cornerstone of what we do. We are here to serve the public, and we're always looking for opportunities to advance. Our new website launched January 26th with SMS, which stands for Short Message Service. That allows residents to subscribe for important notifications from the town sent by text message. My Wasaga Days, our next one is April 22nd, 4 to 7 at the Recplex. The goal is to bring our services to the community in a more easily accessible manner. We are constantly seeing members of the public. This is a side note, and I want to give a thanks to Jocelyn and her team. I have personally observed residents walk up to the Treasury counter and deliver bouquets of flowers, thanking them for the exceptional customer service that they are providing. So that, I think, is a testament to what we have tried to instill across our corporate culture. Community engagement goes hand in hand with customer service. We are absolutely focused on transparency. Regularly occurring town hall meetings. Our next one is April 27th, immediately following My Wasaga Days, 7 to 9 at the Recplex. We have an improved public engagement portal, engagewasaga.ca. I have myself available every Monday morning, CAO office hours, where any resident in this community can come and ask any question, and we work to try and get answers as quickly as possible. Our mayor, through Ask Mayor Smith Anything, also is doing a similar thing. So I think we are doing everything that we can think of to try and be as transparent and engaging of our community. Destination Wasaga, currently one of our biggest projects that we're undertaking, is fundamentally about community engagement and building a community-based master plan. Our next engagement round is set for April 7th, 8th, and 9th. Registration is currently open for those workshops, for those interested in attending. Now, with respect to the number of actions, and when you recall, when we created this plan, it was ambitious. I think in the history of this community, most councils had action plans, 5, 6, maybe 10 or 12 action items that they were looking to achieve over the course of their term. We have 84. We are successfully underway with 100% of those term of council priorities. Some are complete, meaning we've checked the box and we've delivered those. A number are underway. Some of these are going to take a bit of time, and they may span multiple terms of council. That's okay. They were a need, and we're underway working on them. Some of these fall under the category of ongoing, which means they're almost operational. These are things that we should continue to do. And again, there's a category of not yet started, so I'm pleased to say that we don't have any in that category. So we're working hard to advance all of council's priorities. I'm going to go quickly through some of the key highlights here. And again, we can drill down into any details that council may want to have more information around. On the policy front, I complimented Trevor earlier in our last meeting. Council approved the new official plan in 2025. It's now with the county. We hope that approval will happen fairly soon. We're underway with our new zoning bylaw, urban design guidelines, as well as the destination master plan. So there's a tremendous amount of work that has gone on the policy side of things. This is really important to get your policy document house in order. So again, I just want to acknowledge the great work of our Director of Planning and his team to advance all of that work. Redeveloping the beachfront. I talked earlier about some of the exciting first projects that are underway there, the Breakers, Sunray. More exciting things are coming. And as a result of the Destination Master Plan, which the community will see in a couple of weeks, that will provide us the roadmap for making transformational change down on our beachfront. With respect to implementing a phase 1 project, we've already got a couple underway. There will be more. As part of our master plan, we will be unveiling a 10-year action plan. So this is what we plan to accomplish in the next 10 years, and these are the first priority projects. So more is coming over the coming weeks. Rebuilding Beach Drive, again, mentioned earlier, construction is progressing well. Steady improvements will be made in 2026. A lot of the stuff you don't see, the underground pipes, which are so critical, a lot of that work is wrapping up, and we're now going to start transitioning into the above grade stuff that people see and that you engage with. So that's going to be exciting once you start to see the finishes and the quality of the design and the transformation that that's going to bring to our beachfront. And while our house is under construction, we're not forgetting about short-term activations, because that's so critical. Last summer, we did a tremendous amount down at the beachfront. We will continue this summer, both at the beachfront and our main street. Our food trucks will be back, and Sandra will be bringing a strategy forward quite soon, talking about the event strategy and some of the amazing things that we've got in store for 2026. With respect to pursuing large tourism events, I think our community has seen a number of these. We welcomed Burton Cummings, Blue Rodeo. In 2025, we had Tim Hicks and 6-time Juno Award winner Sam Roberts come to Wasaga Stars Arena. We're very good at putting on big events. That's in our wheelhouse. That's something that we will continue to focus on and grow over the future. And we've got our eye on a couple other things that we think can become significant events moving forward. Traffic calming, very important to our community as we focus on becoming more livable for all of our residents. Pedestrian signals were installed on Sunnydale. Design is advancing on a new roundabout and traffic calming at Theme Park and River Road that we will be sharing with council shortly. And I'd like to share, I mentioned earlier, design is now in our DNA. Traffic calming, pedestrian priority is now part of our thought process when we look at any new street. So if you're tearing up a street, don't just necessarily replace it the way it was. How can we improve it? How can we make it more pedestrian friendly? Within our downtown, within our beachfront, again, you're going to be seeing a significant change in the quality and thought and love and attention to our streets over the coming while. And again, I'm very excited to show you Main Street and First Street in the not-too-distant future. River Road to Blueberry Trails was completed in '25. I'm giving a lot of shout-outs because this is a team effort here. To Kevin and his team, I think they did a tremendous job at bringing that project in as quickly as they did. And we had very few. You always get a few complaints, but I think overall the community was quite complimentary to the job that was done. So kudos to Kevin and the contractor that worked on that project. Town wayfinding, again, this is an ongoing effort. During this term of council, we've installed 15 new wayfinding signs, 4 new temporary entrance signs, signs at Deerbrook, new digital sign at the Recplex. So we're making attempts to upgrade the wayfinding, and this is something that we will continue to do because it's so important in our community. Transit shelters, again, making your community more livable to those that take transit. This is part of our annual budget process. 2024, we installed 4 new shelters at 45th Street, Beck Street, Stonebridge, and the Wasaga Stars Arena. 2025, we've budgeted to install more, so those will be rolling out over the course of the spring and summer. Expanding transit service to the casino. This is something that the community asked us quite a lot. We made that happen in December of 2025. So that was a big achievement, and again, compliments to Kevin and his team. That was not an easy task. I talked earlier about the park rehab plan, so we do have a 10-year forecast that is being implemented today. Now, with respect to community events, we're focusing on marquee events like Memories of Summer. We're also looking at enhancing Snowman Mania, other events in collaboration with Nancy Island Mayor's Rodeo. Again, I won't talk too much about this because Sandra will be bringing forward a whole strategy that talks about our approach to events. Pursuing housing for all, affordable housing, critical to our community, to every community in North America right now. The county plays a significant role in this, and I know the mayor and deputy mayor in your roles on county council are really advocating for Wasaga Beach, and we do have some successes that are underway. The design of a new affordable seniors housing that would complement Zoo Park. So that's in the works, and I think we'll be hearing more about that in the not too distant future. I'd also like to just mention the short-term accommodation program that was approved fairly recently by council. That will have a tremendous impact on affordability in our community. When you're in a tourism town, a lot of investors tend to focus on getting the big dollars from people who will come and stay for a week or two, to the detriment of those that live here full-time, including workers and employees. So as we've seen in Collingwood, when you actually start enforcing this through our STR program, that will transition and open up a lot of accommodation to locals to live permanently at a more affordable rate. So that's a really important success that will no doubt prove dividends here over the long term. I mentioned earlier the STR review was approved by council in February. LTC is a strategic priority of this council, the long-term care home. We've made tremendous strides on this front. We were at AMO in August to advocate for support and funding to bring an LTC to our community. We have established a relationship with a top quality provider, and we're looking forward to some positive news happening on this front in the not too distant future. Happy, healthy, and safe residents, also critical to any community. Windrow clearing, I know this was a passionate program for many of you, Councillor DeLeo and others. We've started that program, and it is growing every year. In 2026, we had 145 approved applications. Over the course of the program, there have been a total of 301. You can always do better. You can always do more. It's balancing the cost of expanding the program. So a very important program for our community. Creating an emergency support network for homeless. We have a new warming center at Faith Missionary Church that's operating 7 days a week, which is tremendous. We allow showers at the arena, and bus passes are provided at our arena and recreational facilities. and we continue to activate our facilities as warming centers as required. So we're taking some very important steps to protect our vulnerable in our community. Food bank system, the town has doubled annual funding. Pantries available at the library. This is a system that is being incredibly well used in our community. I'm shocked when I hear the numbers that are having to use the food bank. So this is a very important resource for our community that council has wisely invested in. The walk-in clinic, a tremendous success for this council because of the fact that council brought this walk-in clinic back. We've received well over $880,000 in provincial funding, which allowed the Shoreline Clinic to expand its nurse practitioner program, allowing more of our residents to access medical care. After Hours Clinic is operating there quite successfully, and we have a new doctor that was attracted because of this clinic coming back. That doctor now has a full roster of patients. So just a tremendous success story, the medical clinic. And again, thank you to Nicole for all of your help in ensuring that clinic is well run. Increasing representation of First Nations in cultural events. Obviously, we have slightly altered the land acknowledgement to be more respectful of our history and First Nations here. Engagement with First Nations is part of our daily business. We engage through planning approvals process. But I also wanted to share that we are making additional efforts as part of the Destination Wasaga Master Plan to engage First Nations, and we're doing that in collaboration with the province. When council and the community sees our new plans that we will unveil in April, you will see we are making a nod to the history through efforts to create a cultural park. So there are some exciting things that are going to be coming forward in the not too distant future. Panhandling bylaw, something that was important to council. I won't talk about that today because Nicole will be bringing a report forward shortly that addresses panhandling, but I think we've got some solid recommendations for council on this. Diversifying our economy, creating jobs, again, paramount to Wasaga Beach. We've identified through the work with Mick Sweeney, target sector, who has conducted a target sector review, what some of the areas that we should be focusing on are. That will come to council later this spring, as well as some staff recommendations on how to proceed. In 2025, a bit of a success story, we introduced the film policy, and we were lucky to secure a Netflix filming contract that brought Finding Her Edge to all of your televisions at home. It was a great program, and I think we were all proud to see Wasaga Beach featured on Netflix. Pursuing foreign direct investment, again, critical. We're doing a lot of behind-the-scenes work with the province. We hosted what we call a FAM tour, which is a familiarization tour, with the county and Invest Ontario, which is the arm of the province that attracts foreign direct investment. So we are working those angles, and I'm very confident as soon as our master plan is finished, that we will have identified areas where FDI can be relevant to Wasaga Beach. And if there's anything we're good at, when you tell us you want something, we go out, chase it, and land it. So that's what we will be doing as soon as that plan is created. Business roundtables, again, very important to our community. We've done several over the past year, one significant related to the municipal accommodation tax that was recently approved by council. Small business marketing campaign, summer of 2025, RTO7, again, another provincial partner, gave us over $400,000 grant that was leveraged quite well. BlogTO and Curiosity blog post highlighting all of our small businesses in Wasaga Beach. Small Business Enterprise Center is still serving Wasaga Beach, and we are looking at opportunities to enhance the available support for our community. And I am almost done, just a couple more highlights. We have resurrected the Tourism Destination Management Plan. We are leveraging the Destination Marketing Fund to invest in our community and in tourism. Our ambassador program was launched in 2025. It will continue in 2026. We're going to be looking at enhancing some of those services that were provided by the ambassadors, but again, a very important program to interact with all your guests and tell them all the wonderful things they can do in your community. Undertaking economic impact assessments. That will be a deliverable of our Destination Wasaga Master Plan, to understand the economic impact of that plan and the importance that it will have for our community. We have undertaken a review of town surplus lands. We currently have 10 properties that are market ready or that have already been listed on the market. As well, the province is working in tandem with us. They have undertaken a review of their lands, and they will be bringing to market a number of their properties. We're being careful not to flood the market. The market is incredibly soft today, so I think you will see surplus lands being brought to the market trickling over over the next little while. But again, success that the province now knows what they own and are determining what they need and what they don't need. So that is a big victory, quite frankly. Excellence in customer service. We have implemented open government. Again, this is a core belief. I mentioned earlier the things that we have done, so I won't repeat them right now. Pursuing a ward system. A report was brought forward by Nicole in 2024. This will be a ballot question. I would urge anybody listening at home to pay attention to this. That's an important change for Wasaga Beach should the community decide to move forward with that. So that is well in the works. And beachfront parking management payment strategy. I hinted at this earlier in my comments to the resident in the audience. We, as part of Destination Wasaga, are looking at an overall parking strategy. We will be taking over the provincial parking lots at Beach Area 1 and Beach Area 2, and we will be expanding Honk Mobile to those parking lots for 2026. And the good news, I believe Council has extended the ability for our residents to park in those 2 lots for free. So that is a great perk for our community. You now have more options that you can go down and enjoy the beachfront from at no cost. And something we never lose sight of, which was built into our Treasurer's recent budget, we're looking to build reserves up over time. And finally, showing leadership and responsibility to climate change. I've talked about the town beautification program, so I won't repeat it. And then active transportation, again, this is part of our DNA of what we are doing. Our transit master plan is reviewing all of the things that we can do. We are looking at improvements on Theme Park Drive, River Road West, Beach Drive, and I just want to assure everyone, this is not an afterthought. Many communities look at active transportation as an afterthought. We don't. We look at it as an important modal choice for our residents and for our visitors. With that, that is a very quick summary of all the amazing things that we did in 2025. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Excellent report. And I'll now look to members of council for questions or comments. Councillor Ego.
Thank you, and through your worship, I'm going to get in first here, and I won't go on too long because I know there's going to be a lot of comments. Thank you, Andrew, for that in-depth and coverage of what's gone on these years. It is remarkable, truly. So I'm just going to zero in on maybe just one or two, maybe just one, because then people can maybe relate to that. And I'm going to go to a winter event, Snowman Mania, because it was recent. We've had one bitter cold winter, but Mother Nature shone on us on that weekend. It was spectacular here, and it was great for visitors and residents. So I'm going to center in on Nancy Island, because I'm thrilled to see that coming to life. And to see it coming to life in the wintertime, it's been condemned, closed. So I'm going to walk you through a couple of my experiences that really hit me that day. And one was walking into the museum and seeing residents in town with young families that had no idea what this was all about. They were so excited to learn about this ship and telling their children about it. Like, it's unheard of that that's been there. And then furthermore, there were 2 points. There was an interactive center going on. And in case I don't say this, I want people to understand this was working with the province and our town to do this. So you walked into the interactive section and you see children climbing stairs as if they're on the boat, the Nancy, and looking out to sea. And then you look in the corner and there's an interactive center there with furs and pelts they can touch. There's clothing the children put on to pretend they were a soldier. Brothers and sisters, parents watching, taking photographs. I remember Counselor, what's your name over there? Counselor White leaning down to pat the pelts and explaining them to the children. To see that engagement in our town was just beyond anything I could ask for. And then going outside, we were asked to judge the snowman. That's not easy because I know they'll learn for next year. I'm going, okay, we need different age categories here. Like, I know the kids didn't build this one. But that being said, at the end of the day, the student, the young girl that won the contest for her snowman, she was so proud. Her mom was so proud. Her little brother was proud. She goes to school here in town. She had spent the whole weekend there protecting her snowman and working on it. And that we could present her with this beautiful, it was like a glass trophy. It was like crystal. So, if I say nothing else today about what's going on here, that to me is huge. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Ego. No passion there. All right, Councillor Belanger.
Through the mayor, I want to talk to some things you skimmed over rather quickly. I don't know if all of our residents truly recognize or understand how much work goes into accomplishing and working on 82 council priorities, never mind the day-to-day business of running a municipality, but it's significant, and it doesn't happen by accident. This is my 11th, I'm in my 11th year on council, and I feel that the level of productivity and accomplishments, the relationships we've built with the province are truly amazing. It's any municipality anywhere in Ontario would be absolutely elated to have the accomplishments that our team has realized. But what I want to talk about is early in this term, one of the first things we did was restructure our leadership. That wasn't mentioned, and I think it was one of the most important things. That followed by a council wish to really enhance our work culture and environment. And I will tell you that employee turnover, which we've had some, and I'll speak to that in a minute, but the morale and the productivity is evident. And I have talked to so many employees that they really feel an integral part of really moving Wasaga Beach finally towards the potential of what we can be. And it is truly exciting. And just the last thing I want to touch on is our paying attention to succession planning. We've had a couple retirements, we've had some people with opportunities, but I can tell you the strength of the leadership that we have recently filled some positions with is exciting too. So just kudos to the leadership team, and please pass on to all of your teams that I think I speak for all of council, how impressed and appreciative we are of the work that's been accomplished. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Belanger. Councillor Timms.
Thank you, Your Worship, and through you, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge what this update actually represents. These priorities reflect what the residents told us, especially during the campaign when we were at community events and in living rooms and kitchen tables and just in everyday conversations, what people had hoped to see during this term of council. And those conversations shaped those 84 priorities. But setting priorities is one thing, moving them forward is quite another, and I'm just so proud and thrilled at the accomplishments that have taken place here. What is particularly encouraging is every single one has been started, is ongoing. and a large portion of them completed. That's really something. That represents a significant amount of work. I do want to acknowledge the leadership of the mayor and the collaboration of council with the leadership team in setting those priorities in the first place. That was in a very, very exciting time when we were all bringing those ideas to the table. And of course, I want to thank the staff and the senior leadership teams. Accomplishments like this just simply don't happen without dedication and passion. It's encouraging to see that we have created this momentum, but there's still lots of work ahead. And I'm very happy to be part of this term, and hats off to everybody. I couldn't be prouder listening to that report. Thank you very much to our CAO.
Thank you, Councillor Timms. Deputy Mayor Snell?
Thank you, Your Worship. Through you, I echo, there's no point in repeating it, but you've all said it so beautifully. The amazing accomplishments, truly top shelf. And what I really enjoyed hearing as well is the analogy about the beachfront being an outdoor recreation center, because I think that's something that Jewel has always missed, you know, is the attention and the people presence down there to make it the best experience, whether it's the cleanliness of the washrooms or picking up the garbage or activating areas with programming and excitement. To see that being considered and being part of the big plan with the redevelopment of the beach, I think is just fantastic. Thank you very much. Great report.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Snell. Any other questions or comments from members of council? All right, seeing none, I'll just add, again, I think everything that I could say has been said here, and I think what's important to note for the good folks of Wasaga Beach is that, you know, council creates 84 priorities and says, okay, staff, here's what we want, get it done. And, you know, I'm the first to stand up and say that this council has worked hard to make good things happen and create great relationships, but none of it, not any of it, would have happened or been possible without these folks here at the leadership table and, of course, every single individual that works for this municipality. So as Councillor Belanger has indicated, please pass that on to the whole team, how appreciative council is of the hard work and the dedication. You know, it's I'm in and out of the office often in the early evening and on weekends, and it is not uncommon to come into the office and see a staff member or two or three there at their desks working, you know, on their time and their time off. And so we greatly appreciated, again, no council would be anything without the hard work and dedication of the people, the boots on the ground that make it happen. So, Andrew, to you and your team and the entire team here and all those different departments, thank you so much. Great work, and keep up the great work, because there's lots more to come. All right, we do have a motion here then, recommended motion that the term council